Hi, everybody. I'm Christy Forsyth. This is going to be a success reading. So, we're going to be taking a look at what you need to know about your next level up, what you need to know in order to help yourself to have a level up. How do we take whatever you're working on to the next level? How do we make that more successful? And maybe even we'll see that maybe there's a particular area in your life that you're meant to be focusing on and creating more success around. So I thought I was supposed to have a meeting today, but it turns out it was tomorrow. I got that all mixed up. So had a little time and I thought we would pop on. So what I want you to do with these readings, how you use these readings is probably your sun sign. So you're going to watch for your sun sign. I'm going to go through all 12 astrological signs. Watch for your sun sign. But if you know your moon sign and you know your rising sign, maybe even your Venus sign, you're going to watch the readings for all of those, because this is going to give you a little bit more of a comprehensive, a little bit more of a personalized reading for you. It's going to give you a better sense of the different energies that are playing a role here. And certainly if you feel pulled to a reading while you're listening and it has nothing to do with anything in your chart, but you just feel really pulled, you feel that intuitive pull, know that that's probably a message for you too. So we are going to dive in. Say hello if you're watching. Let me know what your signs are, what you're waiting for, what you're looking for, and maybe some kind of success that you're trying to create for yourself in your life. So I've already pre-shuffled all of my decks so that we can get right into it and not waste too much time having you guys sit there and watch me shuffle. So we are going to start off with Aries, and I will pull the cards and then we will go through. Okay, so we got the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Open Your Heart to Love card. And we got the Frozen for a Time card. So let me just look at these cards and just connect with the messages. So what this feels to me like is a success, Aries, for you, but it's a success in a way that's a little bit less comfortable than maybe typically an Aries would prefer it, right? You guys, you're the ram, you charge right ahead and you get stuff done and you take care of it. And there's this want and this desire to move forward with things, to get things moving forward. But this energy is inviting you to just let it settle in a little bit, to take your time, to not force anything, to not feel like you're rushing anything. It's okay with this Frozen for a Time card to just know that we're going to just let it marinate a little bit, let it develop, let it happen. Through this process, I think that you're going to be finding yourself opening in some ways, right? It's almost like as you settle in and you don't try to control anything, you don't try to force anything, you don't try to make something happen, that there is we have this door with a key that's opening, right? We have this opening that's happening. Now for you, this new level of success for you might have to do with opening your heart or being vulnerable in some way. I just get the energy that it's like having a different approach from how you typically would approach things is going to lead to a different level of success. So if you're somebody who's usually going after it really hard, this is saying take a step back and just let it develop, let it marinate, give it a little time to grow and develop. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, right? So we do see here some new beginnings. Aces are all about new beginnings. This might be new financial beginnings. This might be some kind of new revenue coming in. This could be a new home. This could be a change to your material world or your home in some way. But this is saying, know that you've planted some seeds and that these seeds will eventually grow. So your job is to pay attention to, how do I nurture this garden? You see this garden that we have here in the background? How do I nurture this garden that I have planted? How do I nurture these seeds that I have planted in a way that isn't trying to make the seeds grow faster than they want to grow, right? You can't force a seed to grow any faster than it's growing. You can nurture it, you can water it, you can make sure that it gets the sunlight that it needs when that sunlight is available, but you cannot force it. And so there is this message of slowing down, opening, allowing, potentially detachment from a specific outcome in order to allow what wants to happen to happen. That is going to set you up for the most success here on this journey for you, Aries. So it looks really good. It feels really good. I'm always hitting this mic with my hand because I'm talking with my hands. But it looks really good. Just allow that to come through. Say hello if you're watching. Let me know what you're watching for, what signs you're watching for. But that was Aries. And now we're going to go to Taurus. Anybody a Taurus out there that's watching, say hello. Maybe you're watching on Facebook. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what city, what town you're watching from. Goodness. So I'm a Taurus sun. Okay. So we got the Tower in reverse, the Peace card, and the Every Word Has Power card. So for Taurus, first of all, peace, very, very important in this time, right? I get the sense with this Tower card in reverse, like we're on the other side of some important shifts that have happened. And so I feel like there is a message about not hanging on to anything too tightly or not trying to control it, not trying to force it. Knowing that what needs to happen now is going to happen and going to develop. So we have to allow ourselves to go with the flow of wherever this is wanting to go. But I also feel like this is saying that it's okay to relax a little bit and just trust the process a little bit. I feel like I need to say everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out. It's going to work out in your favor. It's going to be good. And to find your peace rather than worrying about it too much. In fact, if it costs you your peace, is too expensive. And so focusing on that, I also am very aware of like the feather that he's holding here. So you may find, and it even says clearing on the card, you might find that there's some kind of a need to balance your energy, clear your energy, release old energy. Maybe there's an energy that you're still kind of stuck on. Something has happened and it's like, you're still feeling caught up in that or stuck on that or having a hard time moving forward. And this is saying, take a little time to intentionally release that in some way. It might be that you just say out loud, I let this go. I release this. I surrender this because I trust that whatever needs to happen will happen. This is very much a surrender energy here with this. And with this Every Word Has Power card, I would definitely use your voice, use your voice to like create the things that you want to create, but also to surrender, to choose to let go. So I let this go. I surrender this, whatever that is that you want to say, but doing something to clear and release and to let go, because anything that's going to happen is going to happen in a new and a fresh energy for your most successful path. So even if it's something that like circles back, or because I feel like there's a lot of that energy here in the collective right now of old opportunities circling back, that kind of stuff, but it's going to come in with a new fresh energy, and it needs to come in with a new fresh energy or it's not the right energy, right? If it's the same old tower, the tower is just going to crumble again. And so we have to come up with a new building plan for what it is that you're building and you're creating, so that you're building it on solid ground this time. And that's going to be really key. I also do feel like there's important conversations that need to happen for you, Taurus. This Every Word Has Power card says education, power of persuasion, communication, internal dialogue. So there's a lot that's going on in terms of thoughts and thinking. And again, if you are giving your mental focus to things that are costing you your peace, that is problematic. So you want to keep coming back to your peace as often as you can and doing what you need to do. It's so funny. I'm a Taurus and I woke up this morning just way more in my head than I typically would be. And I found myself like this internal dialogue, and it says that on this card, internal dialogue. That internal dialogue was like, quite frankly, shitty. And I caught it early enough, and I was like, why am I allowing myself to talk to myself this way? And why am I entertaining these thoughts? Because I usually catch that sooner. And once you catch it, you can redirect your focus and focus on what it is that you want to create. So you might find that it's helpful to do some affirmations. That's what I did this morning, to just like redirect that, or to speak out loud, because this every word has power card. Speak out loud the things that you're wanting to create versus the things that you're not wanting to create, right? So less complaining, more creation with the word, talking about what you're excited about, talking about what you're creating rather than what's not going well. I do feel like potentially important conversations are going to lead to success, or just being open and being willing to voice what it is that you need to voice is going to be helpful for you. Maybe it's in regard to this tower that you're on the other side of, and maybe there are leftovers that need to get addressed so that you can fully move forward from this tower energy. So that is Taurus energy. Let's see. So next up we have Gemini. Say hello. You guys are so quiet today. Say hi. Let me know your signs. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay, so we got the Star in reverse, the Focus on Your Health card, and the Connection through the Cosmos card. Definitely for you, Gemini, there is some kind of a focus on your health and your well-being, because the Star card can be a card of healing. And the fact that that's showing up in reverse, I think that you're being invited to give attention to something maybe connected to the physical body. Maybe this is connected to like emotional health, mental health, something like that. But where are you being called to focus on your health, your well-being? It's almost like that's what's standing in the way of you creating more success for yourself. And so maybe you've been really focused on working really hard on something, but you're not drinking enough water, or you're not taking time to fuel your body, or you're not getting enough sleep, or these kind of things. Like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Or you're not taking time to address the things that are coming up for you emotionally. And I get this energy of a building. It's building, and it's getting more and more uncomfortable. And if you address it now, that is going to set you up for more success. And so paying attention to that. Let me see. Let's just check out this card. Yeah, so like there's also this message. So we have the Star card, right? And this is about healing and finding balance. So there is a message about finding balance. I do feel like for some of you, the message is as simple as make sure you're drinking enough water, or that you are hydrating enough, right? But for some of you, this is about finding that balance in other ways. We have that Focus on Your Health card. You might be feeling this push to move your body more, or maybe you're feeling, I also feel like there's like maybe a creative block in some ways for Gemini, or an area that you feel blocked. Go for a walk, get out there, move your body, get to the gym, whatever it is that you do. But I feel like that's going to help you to connect with answers. But I also feel like there's some kind of a balancing that needs to happen with that. So very much a focus on your health and well-being. But then we have this Connection through the Cosmos card. I get this sense with this. It says everything is connected, and it says community. I get this sense of allowing other people to help you, to support you, but also this knowing that we're all connected with one another. And so you may, for some of you, Gemini, you might be actually picking up on other people's energy. You might be taking on their stuff. You might be carrying a heavy burden, maybe without even realizing it, that you need to make some adjustments to, that you need to not carry on your back. And so choosing to let that go, choosing to bring the focus back to you, and also allowing other people to help you if you feel really busy, if you feel like you're really focused. I get the sense, Gemini, you guys are really busy working on some things. And so this is like, let people help you as well to find that balance. So that might be part of that, to find that balance as well. I feel like there's one more message, so let me just connect with it. Yeah, I want you to like take a little time and dust yourself off, like literally dust yourself off. This can be a way that we can clear the energy. We can let that go. Whatever you like to do, whatever is a way that you prefer to clear and release energy, I would do that. It might be moving the body. That's one way. It might be staging your space. It might be, sorry, my phone is going off. It might be using crystals of some kind. I keep hitting this microphone. Anything that you feel pulled, that you know is helpful for you. I think that this is what we're being called to do. Here in this collective energy, we very much are taking on other people's energy if we're not being mindful. We really want to make sure that we're being very mindful about filtering our energy. I can make sure that I put this in the description later, my meditation to help you to filter your energy, to protect your energy. This is something that I'm recommending, especially right now, because I think that we're very sensitive to taking on other people's stuff. Hi, Jessica. Yes, you are Gemini, huh? Very, very busy. You've got a lot on your plate right now. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Meg. Nice to see you guys. All right, let's see. Next up, we have Cancer. So how will Cancer create success? Okay, so we have the Judgment card. We have the Guardian Angels white card. And we have the Listening to Ancestors card. So Cancer, you guys are very intuitive anyway. But I very much get this vibe of you working together with your angels, your guides, your higher power, your higher self, just really opening that channel and that intuitive connection in order to help lead you on your path to success. So you may be connecting with your guides through meditation. It might be simply just allowing whatever insights are wanting to come through, noticing what insights are coming through, maybe praying about it, asking for guidance, asking to be shown what to do. But I feel like you're making some important decisions, and you want to be making these from your intuition. And some of these decisions are also about choosing to revisit something or choosing to close out a cycle. Like, what direction are you going to go in? And I think the real answer here is going to come from, what do you feel pulled to do? And you're being guided, you're being shown that there is like an angel here, there's an angel here, and then we have listening to your ancestors. So your whole spirit team is supporting you in this. So you might even be having these experiences where you feel like you're connecting and you're like, I don't know, am I really connecting? And I would say yes, based on this. And so I want you to trust yourself. I want you to take a little time to tune in with yourself, spend some time in your own energy to connect with the answers that come from within you. If you're looking for some extra help with that, we can do that together in a session together. But I feel like you have all of the answers within yourself. And so listening to that and honoring that, there's a real wisdom and connection that's coming through with you. Also, I kind of feel like with both of these angels and these ancestors, maybe there's been some kind of a concern or issue that has come up, and you're like, am I supported? Is God helping me with this? Are the angels helping me with this? Are my prayers being answered? And I feel like the answer to that question is absolutely yes. You're being supported. You are absolutely surrounded by your spirit team, whatever you believe. I feel like you're being held up and supported. So just leaning into that and allowing that help. Maybe you're even working on closing out some kind of old pattern, maybe a family pattern or something, and bringing yourself into a new time where you approach things differently. I do feel like that a bit with the cards as well. Let's see. Yeah, trust. Like, look at the way that even with the ancestors card, we've got the third eye there. You're open, you're connecting. And I just feel like the message is to trust yourself and to honor that and to know how spiritually supported you are. And if you can lean into the direction that you're feeling pulled in with all of this, that is going to lead to success. So, intuition, Cancer, is your superpower. So make sure that you lean into that and trust it. So let's get to Leo. Say hello if you're watching. So we got the 5 of Cups in reverse, the Wise Decision card, and the Emergence of Protection card. So for you, Leo, I think you're letting some shit go, right? With this 5 of Cups in reverse, it's like, I think maybe there's been a focus on the past and where things didn't go well and where things didn't work out. And there's been this whole healing journey and process with this. And I think that you're ready to move forward and to lean into better times in your life, to move into better experiences in your life, and to recognize that there are very much these beautiful things here for you. So look at just in this card, like we see this person and they're very focused on these cups that have spilled, right? But they have these 2 cups behind them. There's something really beautiful available to us when we choose to release the grief and the focusing on what didn't work, and we start to focus on the blessings that have shown up in our world. So I think that you're choosing to look at the cups. Now, this might be love for you, because 2 of Cups can represent that, or it might be just something that comes in that feels like just the right fit, just what you need, really beautiful. But it's also this pathway toward, like we see this bridge and this castle in the background, representing a journey toward home, a journey toward something better, a moving away from a time in your life that was hard, that you felt stuck, that was problematic, or where things just weren't working out, and moving into something better. So I think part of this is just that decision to do that and that willingness to do that. And I think that with that showing up in reverse, you're right on the brink. And so it's just like, just trust it and move forward with it and let yourself be happy, let yourself enjoy life, let yourself move forward, and make the decision, right? There is a choice. There is a decision. We have that Wise Decision card. Hi, Erin. Hi, Leslie Ann. So Leslie Ann, I'm pulling cards by sign. So you're going to watch for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, and that will give you a reading for you. So the Wise Decision card says accurate, brilliant, organized, validated. So that might connect with somebody, but I kind of feel like, see the way that all of these angels are standing there clapping, and the way that this light is coming in, I feel like you're starting to see the light. I think like it's been hard to see the light. I think it's felt dark. I think it's felt heavy. It's been like a feeling of being stuck in some ways. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to live my life this way anymore. I don't have to sit in this anymore. And your guides and your angels are like, hell yeah, they're finally seeing the blessings that are happening for them, that are coming in. They're making better decisions for themselves. So Leo, choose better for yourself and trust the blessings that are coming in. Be willing to move forward with something, right? Like you don't have to like sit on this, I don't know, it feels a little stagnant. It feels a little like an unwillingness to move forward. And this is saying make the decision and move forward with things. Allow the blessings that are wanting to come in. And then we have the Emergence of Protection card. So it says boundaries, self-preservation, trusting in divine protection. And it's like trusting. I think that's part of the issue is like the wise decision is to choose to not guard yourself so much, that you can trust that God's got your back, the universe has your back, whatever you want to call that, but it is looking out for you. And so trusting in divine protection and trusting that if you need to set boundaries with whatever these things are that are going to create success for you in your life, that you can and that you will, but you don't have to be in this like self-preservation mode. It's okay to let people in or let experiences in, to have new experiences, to lean into blessings that are coming into your life, and to trust that God is taking care of you. I just feel like for Leo, like this is a whole other era of your life. And there's maybe been this story of this is just going to be more of the same old stuff. And this is saying it's not more of the same old stuff. Like this is an entirely new phase of your life. So lean into it and enjoy it because it can be something really beautiful. So that is Leo. Okay, what do we have next? We have Virgo. So let's see. So for Virgo, 5 of Wands, the Divine Self orange card, and the Gratitude is Dreaming card. Now, right off the bat, I'm very aware of how much orange is present. So I feel like that's maybe a specific message for some of you. I don't know what that means exactly, but maybe orange has some relevant meaning for you in your life. And maybe this is just going to spark a message. Maybe this is just a message for one particular person. But I also know for me, orange is like when I see somebody with an orange aura, I know that they have a lot of creativity, that they were like, that's part of their life purpose. And also with the orange aura, typically they're not going to be your usual 9-to-5ers. They're not going to be wanting to be in the same place, the same hours every single day, maybe not even wanting to lay down roots. And so this might be inviting you to take allow for a little bit more adventure in your life, allow for a little bit more creativity in your life, something like that. But that orange is really important. I can feel that even more so than the cards itself is a message of connecting with and honoring your creativity. Let's see, let me just connect with the cards a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you're stepping into your power, you're preparing for something. So the 5 of Wands is to take whatever's showing up in your world and know that it is preparation for what is to come. It's training for what is to come. So the experiences that you're having, or maybe even you're thinking about like doing some kind of additional training or program or something like that. That might be something that you're doing that is going to set you up for success, or learning from somebody that can kind of show you the ropes. This is a very active training energy, right? So it's not just like this can be school, but if it's school, it's typically something like you're learning out in the field, or you get to like practice with somebody or something like that. So it can be very physical, or it's not necessarily learning from books. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And this can just be like life lessons, things that you're learning right now, things that you're learning from other people that are giving you what you need for your success. So there's something, maybe you're doing some kind of a apprenticeship. Even this can be an apprenticeship energy. You might also be in a space where you're thinking about like stepping away from some kind of drama or something like that. But I don't necessarily get that energy here for you, Virgo. Maybe for some of you, but this feels more like preparation. So no, like it might be a little frustrating, some of the things that are coming up, or you might have like you're trying to get something together and this isn't going right and this isn't going right, but this is all to get you set up for the future so that things can be successful. So roll with it. You're being prepared for something. And part of what you're being prepared for with the Divine Self orange card is this bringing together all parts of yourself. I kind of get this energy that maybe for some of you, you feel very fragmented, or feel like you're you have a lot of different roles that aren't integrated together. And this is talking about an integration. It's talking about bringing that together in some way. Maybe you feel like you live in two separate worlds. And this is saying, like, bring that together so that you can show up as you, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with. There's a strengthening that's happening with that. So this is about authenticity. This is about connecting spiritually, because when we feel spiritually connected, when we feel connected to God, source, the divine, the universe, we feel more comfortable in our skin. So I might do some crown chakra opening kind of energy, maybe like here on YouTube, you could do some kind of a meditation for the crown chakra. Meditation, just regular meditation, can help to support this. There's something here about this, but this is about the physical you and your spiritual you coming together, integrating together. And so you might find that you're feeling more compelled to let that spiritual part of you be a part of your regular day-to-day life, or a part of your business, or a part of your work in some way. There's something here about these things coming together so that you can be more whole and more you, no matter what circumstance you're in. Maybe it's in relationships, right? And you're just feeling this message that you need to just be you. And if it works for people in your life, great. If it doesn't, fine. But this is that invitation to do that. We also have the gratitude is dreaming card. And I feel like this is that invitation to focus on. It says the manifesting power of gratitude, the law of praise, a focus on what's going well, what you have in your life, focusing on that gratitude, thinking about what you're grateful for, because I think that this is where your success can be created from. Focusing on what is going well is going to help you to manifest the other things that you want to create. And that's really important. So maybe doing some kind of a gratitude practice. I love to, at the beginning of my day, think about 3 things that I'm excited for in my day, that I feel grateful for, 3 things that I'm looking forward to in my day that I know that I have coming up ahead. And then at the end of the day, I really like to come up with 3 things that I'm very grateful for in my day. And sometimes it's very simple, basic things. And then sometimes it's very specific things. So you can have that practice, and that is going to level up your manifestation powers. I think you're right on the brink of some stuff. You're just being prepared for it. So I know this is annoying, but be patient. Be patient. You're getting there. Say hello if you're watching. Let's move forward to Libra. Who is a Libra out there? Okay, so there's some confusion for you, Libra. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Communication card. And we have the Eyes of Mystery card. And when I think about the Scorpio full moon that we just got to the other side of, I think about mystery and uncovering the mysteries within ourselves. And that's the vibe that I get here, is like, are you all of a sudden feeling like there are things that you didn't even realize about yourself that you're trying to understand about yourself? And I think that that is creating some confusion and causing you to take a look at things and say, does this align in my life anymore? Is this what I want anymore? Is this my person? Is this the job that I want? Is this the life that I want? And so taking a look at all of that and exploring that and allowing yourself to be open to that. There may have even been some kind of an ending or closing out with this Lovers in reverse. So there might be some closing out that has sparked this process for you. It's bringing you to a place where you're being invited to move into uncharted territory, to try something new, to shake things up, to go into experiences that you haven't had before. And that can be uncomfortable, that can be scary, but that is going to lead you to success, because otherwise I think you're going to feel like you're getting more of the same. you're just repeating things again and again and again. I also, with this communication card, feel like there is something to be communicated about. I get the sense that maybe there was some kind of a miscommunication or some kind of a communication that hasn't happened that you're really feeling like you're needing, or that you're intuitively feeling like has to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And this is encouraging you and inviting you to have that communication. I also feel like this is about being really honest about what you want. And it might be honesty with yourself, quite frankly, or being really honest with someone else and just sharing what's on your mind, what's on your heart, what your truth is, and sharing that. Because I feel like if this isn't happening, I do feel like there's some kind of a risk of miscommunication, or we can see here in the image, like it looks like they're almost like playing telephone. So you might have an experience where it feels like playing telephone, where one person is sharing this with the next person, and it just kind of gets around and it becomes this rumor that isn't even accurate or isn't even true. So it's important, Libra, to hear it from the horse's mouth, right? Like, to whether you need to check in and hear it from someone else, or you need to say something, there's something here about that's important. And being really true to yourself, honoring yourself as you're doing that. And I think that as you are open to that, that's going to help to clear up this confusion that you've been experiencing and feeling. So that is Libra. Say hello if you're watching. Let me know what your signs are. Okay, so let's move on to Scorpio. What does Scorpio have going on? Definitely entering into a new time. So we have the Six of Wands. We have the career transition card. And we have a call to transformation card, which again, we just are now on the other side of the Scorpio full moon. That full moon for me is about transformation, about metamorphosis, about a death and a rebirth. And that's very much the energy that we have here. And that was a full moon that was in your sign. So probably you're going to be feeling that more than anyone, which makes sense. So there's a transition. That word transition is really standing out to me. There's a transition. It might be a career transition. It might be something else, but we started this out with the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is a willingness to move into something different. The willingness to leave behind things that no longer align for you. And typically with the Six of Swords, it's an energy of like, we see how the water is all wavy and rough waters there. And then she's moving into very smooth waters. And so typically what you're leaving behind isn't something that was fantastic to begin with, right? Maybe it ended up being a really bad situation, and even a very dramatic situation or something like that, or it just isn't working anymore. I think you're going to be really clear on it if you don't already know what I'm talking about, where you're like, yeah, no, this just doesn't work anymore. And so your willingness to move away from that and to head in a new direction is what is going to create your success for you, Scorpio. Now, we do have that career transition card. Also, this person leaving one area and moving into another, right? She's closing one door, she's stepping into a new one. So this could be career, this could be something else. But notice the way that she's leaving behind something dark and stepping into the clouds and the sunshine and the angel wings. Like, this is a beautiful transition. And it says change, excitement, opportunity, advancement. So letting this take you to the next level. But again, there has to be that willingness to close a door to allow a change, to move in the direction of something, even if you don't know for a fact that the direction that you're heading is the clouds with the sunshine and the angel wings, right? You don't know necessarily, but you probably feel it. And I think that you know, Scorpio, that what you're leaving behind does not serve you, does not fit for you, is not for you. And so that's important for you to keep in mind, because we have a call for transformation. It's time to change your life. That is what is going to create the success that you want to create in your life. Why does my lighting do that? It's so weird. I look like an Oompa Loompa. Anyway, I've noticed here with the streaming, like sometimes the lighting will change, and I'm not really this orange in person, I promise. So we have it says metamorphosis, and it says the in-between. But I feel like this is just saying be willing to maybe enter into a time where there is a little bit more of an in-between, where there is like, you're not sure exactly where you're going, but you know that you're moving forward. You know that you're taking steps toward this metamorphosis. You know that you're entering into the cocoon to become the butterfly. And you have to be willing in order to allow this. But I think if you allow this metamorphosis to happen, and maybe you're going to have to be a little bit patient with this in between, right? Because they say like when one door closes, another one opens, but it can be hell in the hallway, right? So sometimes we're in the hallway, and there is this energy of that, like you're moving out of one phase, you're stepping into another. And so finding a way to embrace that and to know that that's also part of life. That's also part of what we need to experience as we're shifting into a new phase of things. It doesn't just, one thing ends and another thing starts right away always. So trust the process, lean into the process, Scorpio. I think that's really beautiful. So some kind of a shift and a change if you're willing to allow it. So next up we have Sagittarius. Say hello if you guys are watching. So Sagittarius, we have dropping cards. We have the Eight of Wands. We have your desires are within reach. And we have the letting go of stories card. So for you, Sagittarius, like the only thing that's holding you back from your success and your next level of things is the stories that you're telling yourself. That to me is really, really clear. And I feel like with this, your desires are within reach card, part of the story that you're telling yourself is, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I don't know if that's possible for me. I don't know. It's possible for other people, but I don't know if I can do it. Or I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like there's something here, but like on some level, you know that you are ready, you know that you can do it. And so being really mindful about the way that you're speaking to yourself or the way that you're speaking out loud. What are the stories that no longer serve you that you've got to let go of? And I would open to a new story of telling yourself that your desires are within reach, that you can have what you want, that you can create what you want. And it's a matter of releasing the stories that you're telling yourself. So if you're telling yourself stories like, oh, I'm just not good in relationships, or, I never meet anybody great. Or if you're telling yourself, I never find success. Other people can be successful, but I can't be. Whatever this is that you're telling yourself, it's bullshit. And it's time for you to call yourself out. It's time for you. Sagittarius, you guys call people out in a way that is unmatched. I have twin Sagittarius boys, I know. Unmatched. And so use a little of that fire on yourself because it's bullshit. And it's time for you to take a look at that and to tell yourself a softer, better story that's going to create the things that you want to create. So this is really key. And maybe it's like, maybe you are being a little too savage on yourself. And it's like, no, be softer, be kinder, be gentler, be more loving to yourself, and let yourself create this, because it's like when we change that, then your desires are within reach. We see you celebrating. We see you taking it to the next level. I kind of feel like for some of you, like there might be some kind of a partnership with like an older woman or something like that. That's obviously not for everybody, but that's for some of you. Hi, Rob. Nice to see you here. Hi, Aaron. And this says faith, patience, excitement, relief. Yeah, like look how excited she is. And this is like, get excited. Get excited for your life. Get excited for what you're creating. And it's okay to be excited. Maybe like it's like you're afraid to be excited, but this is saying it's okay to be excited. You're a fire sign. Like, get excited. Get like burn up about this. Like, this is exciting. Like, be passionate about it. Be excited about it, because when you hold that excitement, you're going to manifest those things, and you just have to hold it. Because look at what you have coming in. We have 8 of Wands. This is like all the things coming in, and it's coming in quickly, whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs, whatever that is, but something coming in for you. This might be communication coming in for you, right? But again, it's like once you let go of the stories, you create space for things to manifest for you. And this feels really good. So allow it. Allow it. And then you might even be in a place where you open this energy and all of a sudden all of this stuff is coming your way all at once. So keep that in mind, but you can handle it. You can handle it. Like, let it be an adventure. Choose your own adventure. Choose the path that you want to go down. Choose the options that feel best and right for you, and lean into it and go for it, and tell yourself that you can do this, that this is possible, not only for other people, but for you. That's very much part of the story that I feel is like, oh, that's possible for other people, but not for me. That's bullshit. Call yourself out. It's time, because you can create some beautiful things for yourself with that. So that is Sagittarius. Now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Any Capricorns here? We got the High Priestess in reverse. Where are you not listening to your intuition? Have confidence. Look at the way she's tightrope walking. And begin with faith in spring. So I want to start with the High Priestess in reverse, because this is important. Where are you ignoring the messages? Like, on some level, you know already what I'm talking about. You had a response to that as soon as I pulled that card and I said, listen to your intuition. So listen to it, honor it, pay attention to it. Like that feeling that you have, that knowing that you have, or even just maybe some kind of new information has come in. And I do feel like it's calling you out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because I feel like you already know what I'm talking about. And so listen to it and honor it. You'll save yourself a lot of trouble. You will, I think sometimes, especially with Capricorn energy, you guys can want things a particular way. And that can be a really incredible thing. But in this case, this is like, let God show you, let the universe show you what's best, and follow that. And what's best may not be your way. It may not be what you want to hear. It might not be where you want it to go. But if you can trust yourself enough, if you can honor what it is that you know and you feel, you will be rewarded. This is about trusting yourself. This is about having confidence in yourself. I'm very aware of the way that she is tightrope walking. Where are you tightrope walking? Where do you feel like, if I take just one little misstep, everything's gonna fall apart? Where are you performing in a way that isn't maintainable for your life? Like, that feels, if you're really honest with yourself, that feels bad. Where do you need to find some more balance in your life, in your work? The card says strength, balance, prepared, tranquil. But I don't know. when I'm looking at this card right now, it looks so fake to me, like such a fake performance. She's barely hanging on. It's time to like let the performance go and be really real with yourself. And maybe like it's just a matter of showing up in a way that's more authentic to you, for you. Maybe it's needing to put yourself out there in a different way, but you know what it is that you need to do. I feel like you know this and you feel this, and it's just, it doesn't have to be a performance. Like you get to just live, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So listening to that and honoring that. And then we have the begin with faith in spring card. So I think that there are some new beginnings that are happening for you, but I feel like this is like new beginnings. And so it's like I'm moving forward, but knowing that you're going to be moving forward in a way that's a little bit different, that isn't quite what you expected. But there's a lot that's good here. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of, the card says fertility. There's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of just new beginnings that will make you really, really happy. But it's a call to be open to the new beginnings and to not be hanging on to the past or hanging on to the way that you've always done things, or to feel like you need to keep up some kind of a show or a performance. It's okay to just say, yeah, like I'm not okay, or I don't know if this works for me, or whatever that is. Like there's something here that needs to be addressed in order to allow for new beginnings, and a willingness and an openness to new beginnings, even if they aren't the new beginnings that you expected, that you planned, that you anticipated, because this means that there's something better for you, period. And so there is this energy of like holding on with a little bit too much of a tight grip. Let it go. Let it go. Release it. Listen to your intuition. It's going to bring in some really beautiful new beginnings for you. This is your time to blossom, but you have to allow the space for that to begin, right? You have to let it happen. So that is Capricorn. Let's see. Then we've got Aquarius. So what do we have for Aquarius? So we have the moon. We have abundance. We like that, Aquarius, right? And we have all the time in the world. Yeah, this is very green to me. That stands out to me. So there's a healing. It might be connected with abundance for you, Aquarius. Like, you know what it feels like to me is like you're finally getting it. And I don't mean that like in a disrespectful way, but like it's like your guides are like, it's finally connecting for Aquarius. It's finally making sense. Like you're finally finding your stride, because maybe you've been spinning your wheels for a while. And that's what it feels like. And starting to really experience the things that you've been trying to create for a long time, but you weren't quite sure how to get there or how to make that happen. And now it's like, it's starting to happen. And so I think you have a lot of blessings that are happening, a lot of blessings that are happening and will happen for you. So allow that process to happen, but you may not, we have this moon card, you may not see them just yet. This might be a matter of like feeling them and knowing that things are developing and happening for you, but you might not have a lot of evidence in your world that suggests that, but you feel it. So trust the feeling of that. I also get the sense of like some light bulb moments, some aha moments, some all of a sudden seeing things from a new perspective, or knowing what you need to do, having this breakthrough moment. All of that feels like what this is talking about. So that breakthrough, that understanding that you have leads to some great things. We have the abundance card, and we have these people sitting under this tree, and they just like look like they're loving their life. And it says faith, optimism, excitement, breakthrough. I didn't even notice that word was on there. Breakthrough. Yeah. Hell yeah, Aquarius. This is like breakthrough stuff, big time breakthrough stuff. And watching things develop and grow, right? We have this tree. I don't know what they're supposed to be, maybe pears. But it's like you're getting to see the fruit of your labor. And I get the sense for you, Aquarius, like you've been working on some stuff for a long time and spinning your wheels and just not feeling like you're getting any traction. And now all of a sudden you are, because you have some kind of a breakthrough. It can just be a shift within you. It can be an aha moment, but something here is happening. And I also feel like it's just like time for that as well. So your guides and your angels are working really hard to make that happen for you. And then we have the all the time in the world card. So maybe you've been waiting a long time for it. Maybe you even said, I don't have all the time in the world, right? But this is saying having enough time management. I just feel like this is talking about divine time. Like it's just time. You've waited a long time, but it's just time for the money to come in, the job to come in, the relationship to come in, for you to progress in your life, for you to feel like you're entering into a new phase. It's time now, but maybe you felt like you've been waiting for a long time. But I think that it'll start to make sense for you that, well, I'm hearing in my mind like fine wine, right? Like aging like fine wine, like that in order to get the finished product, which is maybe you or something that you're working on, in order to get the finished product that really you wanted and was necessary, it had to sit for a while. It had to take time to develop. So it will be. So just allowing that to happen, Aquarius. How good is that? I love that. All right. And then last up, but certainly not least, we have Pisces. All right, let's see what we have for Pisces. We have King of Wands in reverse. We have perfect timing. And then we have epiphanies sing at dawn. And I will explain all of these. A lot of perfect timing, but this makes sense because in the collective energy, what is my lighting doing now? Now I'm like blue. It just changes on me. So there's a lot about new beginnings in this collective energy, and there's a lot about timing right now, like divine timing moving forward happening. So I feel that here with you, Pisces, but I feel like King of Wands in reverse, there's something that you're sitting on, right? And I think Pisces, you guys are so good at connecting with your intuition and hearing that, but this is saying, but what do you know that you need to be doing, or where are you aware that you need to move forward, but you're not progressing, you're not moving forward with it, you're not taking action. And this is just inviting you to take action. This is inviting you to move forward with something because it is perfect timing for it. Maybe you've been like, oh, like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to feel it out until it's perfect timing. Perfect timing is different than needing for everything to be perfect. I hope that makes sense. So you don't have to have a perfect plan, perfect circumstances for it to be perfect timing. And I feel like that's part of the holdup. And this is just saying, just move forward with something. Take steps in the right direction. You might not do it all overnight. You might know you have a long road ahead of you, a lot of work ahead of you. It might take a long time, but take action and start to move forward because it is perfect timing. And the perfect timing card says auspicious, clockwork, planning, patience. Yeah, I just get the sense that it's time to move forward with that. And there is maybe part of it is like taking steps, doing some planning, laying out the plan before you take steps, because laying out the plan is part of taking steps in the direction of what it is that you're feeling called to move in. But also knowing that as you start to move forward, you're going to be very much supported by the universe. And I think what you're being supported with, what you're being called to do, is to move in new directions with these epiphanies seeing at dawn. So this says aha moment, awakening, new directions, potential. And I think specifically maybe like you've had an epiphany at dawn. You've had information come through when you're first waking up in the morning, or maybe you're going for morning walks and you're just connecting with the universe, connecting with nature. Maybe just you have your best ideas in the morning, or maybe it's not even in the morning, but noticing these epiphanies that come through, these aha moments that come through, and taking action on them, because it is time for that. And probably it has something to do with some kind of a new direction, because again, this collective energy is all about either new beginnings or leaning further into the new beginnings that we've started within the past 6 months or so. So allowing that process to happen and just trusting yourself enough to move forward with that. I think that there can be a lot of success here for you. The timing is on your side. The universe is on your side. It's all coming together for you if you allow this and you listen to these epiphanies that are coming through. You probably already know what I'm talking about, or if you don't, I think you will very, very soon. So that is your reading, guys. Thank you so much. I will have this with the chapters later today on my YouTube channel. That makes it a little easier later on to come back and just be able to look for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, so that you can connect with all of the messages, bring all of that together to give you a more comprehensive reading for you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Say hello if you're watching on the replay. Let me know how this resonates for you when you have a chance to check out your signs. Thank you guys for tuning in with me today. I love you all. I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.